Thank you for coming, ladies. Firstly, Miss Bellamy, I would like to personally thank you for your assistance with the duplex girls. Though they are still somewhat quiet, they did report to Noelle this morning to have their repairs finalized.
I just hope they can find happiness. I know their behavior was poor, but I assure you that just isn't them. Not really.
That is what Genevieve told me, and I hope you two are correct. At any rate, there is something else we needed to discuss with you. An offer, as a matter of fact.
An offer.
Our understanding is that you haven't been able to run at your current museum. Shiloh has made the suggestion of allowing you to remain here and run as her partner. You both lost your twins and are not far off in design, and will need an express pair of diesels for the new train that we're launching, the Great Plains Flyer. From here to Oklahoma City, at least at first. Their local government isn't crazy about the idea of steam engine smoke, but have accepted diesels as an alternative. What do you say?
Shiloh? This was your idea?
Jenny spoke with her sisters. They mentioned you long to run again more than anyone else at the museum. I guess I just thought it would be nice to have a running partner again. I know neither of us will ever be able to replace the twin sisters we both lost, but
we understand each other's pain. And we're still cousins. But surely my museum wouldn't just let me go, right?
The director has already made an offer, and they are willing to accept. They need the money for their new building project, and they know you're going to a good home, where you can do what you were meant to do again. All they need is for you to say yes.
So, which of us gets to lead?
I figured we'd take turns.
Sounds good. I accept, Madame Queen.
Wonderful. The Express's inaugural run is tomorrow. Shiloh was going to handle it alone, but with you, we won't have to worry about her overexerting herself. Now, on to other business. There is to be a bit of a management change around here. Seven, could you please come up here with me?
Huh? Sure.
I don't think it needs to be said what an excellent job you did after my injury. And thus, you are our first choice as the new yardmaster right here at the West Yard.
What? Really?
But what about you, Queen? Are you going somewhere?
Not at all. Just a restructuring. As I'm sure you all have noticed, ever since we reopened the East Yard, the trains have gotten more frequent. We've been busier than ever. I have spoken at length with both the director and Penelope regarding the path forward, and they have suggested promoting me from yardmaster to trainmaster. In that capacity, I will be able to help oversee both yards and ensure everything continues to run smoothly. Edith is already doing a solid job as yardmaster of the East Yard, as is her team. Seven, you've already done the job here before. I have complete confidence in your ability.
But seriously, are you sure?
May I say something, Madame Queen?
Certainly, Edith.
Seven, ever since I took on the role of yardmaster, I realized that there was still a lot I needed to learn about the job. And I can safely say that I've learned just as much from you as I have from Queen. I don't believe for a second that the East Yard would be running as smoothly without your help and advice. There is no one on the railway I believe would be a better fit for the role. And I think I speak for everyone when I say you have more than earned this.
Yeah, exactly.
Hear, hear.
Oh, thanks everyone. All right. I guess I accept.
Edith is right, Seven. You've earned this. The transition process will be over the next few weeks, though I imagine it will go quite smoothly.
Does this mean I get your office?
This means you get a brand new office, and I keep mine because I like it.
That works too.
Well, you two are all set. Ready to roll. At your request, Lorelei, I replaced your Franklin gears with wall sharts.
Yes, thank you. One of my little sisters made that change, and she had less issues as a result.
Can never go wrong with a good old wall sharts.
Beep.
Oh, beep. Maybe you shouldn't.
We're sorry. Miss Beep, yes, we're so sorry.
Huh? Well, how about that?
Beep.
Both of us were exceedingly rude to you, and it was not right. Not at all.
We owe you more than an apology, but it is all we have at the moment.
Beep.
Is that?
You'll get used to interpreting her. Only the shunters can really understand what she's saying, but I'm fairly confident she's telling you that it's all right and all is forgiven.
Beep.
Oh my. You truly are a delightful little diesel.
Makes me feel worse for our behavior, but we promise it will not happen again. I hope you will give us a second chance.
Beep.
Pretty sure that was a yes to the second chance. Good for you two. But speaking of that, what's your story exactly? How did two of the legendary duplex steam engines wind up buried underground? I think they expected a J1, but you two?
Legendary. What a word.
A word that I'm not sure applies to us, but I suppose we can share? We've been rather quiet, haven't we?
Beep.
You have.
We were just trying to gather our thoughts. This has been so... Well, it's a lot. And now learning we were wrong. About the diesels, I mean. Lorelei, did you want to start?
You were born first. You can start.
Right. So? I was born in 1939, the highlight of the Pennsylvania Railway. I was the first of their duplex drive designs, meant to bring speed and power to their express passenger trains. I was, or rather am, the longest reciprocating steam locomotive ever, and I was the railway's showpiece for the modern age. For some time, I was their pride and joy. I pulled their elite expresses and represented them at the New York World's Fair. Though my size restricted my use, they put me wherever they could. I was given the most experienced crews, good men, and everywhere I went, I attracted attention. I was happy and loved. The railway was so proud they continued work on duplex technology, and though my size convinced them to not give me sisters, I did receive cousins, a woman named Quinn, the Q1, and her daughter's family, the Q2s, as well as the T1s, Lorelei's family.
I was the first prototype of the T1 family, followed by my immediate little sister. We were born in 1942 and represented the production variant of the express duplex locomotives. We were sleek, modern, and though not quite as fast as Dione, we could still break 100 without even thinking about it. They gave us 50 little sisters, but we were still a developing technology and had some teething issues. That's why I asked you to give me a Walsharts, Miss Noel. The Franklin gears we were built with had poppet valves that did not like to exceed 100 miles per hour. The maintenance staff were also unfamiliar with them, so that only added to the problems. And while Dione was only given the best crews, my sisters and I were given ones that were transitioning from the K4 family. Lovely girls, all of them, some of my dearest friends. But their crews weren't prepared for us. They didn't realize how much of a power jump it would be, and they had a habit of pushing our throttles too far, causing our wheels to slip. They thought it was our fault, but it wasn't. They just weren't listening, and neither were the suits. They considered us questionable, at best, and then the diesels appeared.
They were friendly. We liked them. We assumed they were brought in to supplement us since they weren't as fast, but pulled the expresses so smoothly. But that quickly changed. I was used less and less. Lorelei's family saw less upkeep, and we started noticing. Some of her sisters and friends in other families. They were missing. Plenty of diesels, yes. But, well, one day, a yardmaster. Malcolm was his name.
Malcolm Edwards. He came to us in a panic. Dione and I had been in the same yard at the time, and he told us both that we were in terrible danger, that the railway was dieselizing. We were to be scrapped immediately. But Malcolm had always been kind to us, treated us like people, and he couldn't stomach the thought of not trying to help us. He had a plan, a stupid plan, but a plan. He had us stow away on a train heading to the yard he was responsible for, said he'd meet us there, and he did, along with Wisteria.
Wisteria?
Wisteria Whoosh, the only S2. Not my daughter, but I thought of her as one. She was a steam turbine, fast like us, but also in danger. Malcolm commanded a loyal bunch of good old boys, and they had dug a big hole in the ground on railroad property. The plan was that both of us and Wisteria were to fall into dormancy within the hole. He promised one day he'd be back to get us, when it was safe again, and we really didn't have a choice. So we did it. But they hadn't made the hole big enough, and the local superintendent was going to be at the yard first thing in the morning. They didn't have time to make it any bigger. Only 2 of us could fit, not 3. Wisteria. She told us both to go, that she'd find another way. We tried to convince her to go instead. I told her I'd stay, but she was adamant. So we did. And we allowed ourselves to be buried, fall into a deep sleep.
And all that time, we dreamed, sometimes of good things, sometimes of the diesels taking our lives, our families away. We know now that assumption had been wrong. We read all we could, all night, all the books. They say the same thing. The diesels didn't know. It wasn't their idea or their desire to harm us. It was the suits. But it was like it was just yesterday, and it is hard to process.
I lost most of my family too. Time is needed to get over this sort of thing. But I, for one, am happy you 2 are here, alive. I think your Pensy friends are too.
That's right. We need to apologize to Jenny and Bellamy.
And Miss Shiloh. Perhaps everyone. We acted so...
Beep.
Beating yourselves up won't change anything. I think the others will hear you out. Don't fret. For now, why don't you go get some sleep? Bellamy is preparing to take the new express with Shiloh tomorrow. You'll have time to talk with them. But rest. Relax. And what happened to Mr. Edwards? Why didn't he come back for you?
We don't know. We also don't know why the rumor suggested a J1 was buried where we were, but I know that family was in that yard a lot. Maybe things just got mixed up over time as the story spread. As unbelievable as a buried J1 sounds, finding both of us with our size and reputation was likely thought impossible.
Well, either way, go sleep. You 2 can have a test run tomorrow to make sure the repairs took.
That sounds lovely, actually.
Thank you, Miss Noel. And you too, Miss Beep.
Beep?
Oh my, what are these that have caught my eye? A fresh new line of fancy coaches? I do wonder what chaos now approaches.